Hello YouTube, welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. We're sitting here on Interstate I-49, fixing to go pick up our modified motor down at Advanced Performance Engines. It's ready. We've got a lot to do. We got to get it installed in the car, try to get it fired up. We've got to get a wrap on the car, got a lot to do because we've got a special event we've got to take it to this weekend. So right along with us, let's see if we can get her done. Well, I was able to get down here in time and catch it sitting on the dyno here at Advance, and Brandon's getting it ready to get off. I hope it's as fast as it looks, but we will see. In case you're wondering, on this particular dyno, this is a Superflow, and it's pretty interesting. They just use a typical, like a Bren or a Bird, I guess it's Bren, looks like maybe, reverse mount bell housing with a reverse mount starter. So that works out pretty good. Then just use a typical flywheel on there, and it makes it pretty easy to get on and get off. Pretty neat. Okay, well, we made it back up here to the shop with the motor. So this was a Richard Petty driving school motor, and we pulled the cam out of it. It's in the truck, and we swapped the roller cam that was in the motor that blew up. We put it in this motor here. It's just a lot better racing cam. The other one's just a solid lift. And this motor does have real nice valve train system in it. It's got T&D shaft rockers. It's a nice little motor. It only made about, I think about 550 horsepower. That was like at 6,000. He said he thought it'd go up to about 575, which is fine. We've got all of our leftover pieces here from the motor that blew up, and we salvaged what we could, but basically the crank was bad, and so, but thank God the cam was still good. So this has got that cam, and then the heads off the other motor, they were Dart Iron Eagle heads. They're going to repair those. They are going to put new guides in them and fix that. So that's good. So we got to get this thing unloaded, get it dressed up, and then put everything back together, our pulleys and stuff, and we're going to try to stab it in that car right there. I hope to do it this afternoon. So see if we can get started and see what we can get done. Okay, got everything in. I got to go back and tighten stuff up a little bit. They had borrowed my fittings down there, I guess, off my fuel pump down there. So we'll have to find a couple of those, maybe 3/8 by half. But had a lot of trouble spacing this bottom pulley out. We finally got it. That's lined up perfect now. I've never had to run 3 spacers down there. That should be okay, but we'll keep an eye on that. It's just a difference in harmonic balancers. But anyway, we should be good shape to tighten that up. And got the flywheel and all on, got our oil pressure sending unit on here. That's for the digital gauges. And these digital gauges are nice. You gotta be real careful with the wires though. That's the only thing when you put this stuff on. So we gotta move this truck out of here, get the motor out of the way, get the modified over here on the lift. So see if we get that done. I'm by myself, so hopefully I can get it done. So let's go to the next step here. All right, we got the truck moved out of the way. It's always fun doing this by yourself. Got the modified back on the lift, and this is ready to go in. Came back and tightened everything up. We torqued flywheel bolts, tightened up starter bolts, tightened up the motor mount bolts, and I think we're ready to set her in there. It's gonna be a little hard by myself, but I think I can do it. Should be pretty straightforward. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Probably won't film this, just get it in there, and it'll be kind of boring. But we'll come back and see what we got done here in a second. Well, you can see we're putting the water in it. I got so carried away with trying to get the motor in by myself, I didn't do any videoing, but everything went in pretty good. Unfortunately, I left a couple of lines down at the engine shop, but we're gonna fill it up with water. I've got a temporary fuel line on there. We'll have to come back and fix that, but get some water in here and hopefully see if this thing will crank. It's been an exciting couple of hours trying to get that transmission lined up by myself. I tell you, I knew the next time, what I should have done this time, I should have pulled the transmission out. But anyway, fill it up with water and see what happens. All right, we got some water in it. Put a little juice here in the barrels. Now let's see what happens. This is live TV here. tell you, it took about 4 hours to do that, and especially trying to line up that transmission by myself. I should have pulled the transmission out in the bell house. I didn't do it, but trying to line the splines up on the drive line with the bell housing and trying to get the motor back in place by itself was very hard, but I did it. Took about 4 hours, but we're done. See, my hands are just filthy, but got done in time. I got to go in and take a shower and get to church, and it's running. My fuel line was leaking pretty bad. That's just temporary fuel line, so we'll fix all that stuff tomorrow. I got dental surgery tomorrow, and we got to get that fixed and get a crown done, and we'll take our cameras along with us. Got a real big surprise in the car Friday, and we'll video that for you. Then we'll video all the activity at our sponsor, Greg Tilley Mobile Homes in Bossier City, on Saturday. So that'll be a fun time up there. We'll shoot you some video of that. In case you were wondering, the horsepower on the motor on the dyno at around 6,000 was only about 535, 540, about what the other motor was doing. It's going to be producing a little bit more horsepower. He said he thought it'd be about 575 up around 7,000, excuse me. So anyway, it's good enough. Hey, it's the only motor I had left. We got to put another one together. Talked to my oldest brother today about getting some pieces together, and we've already rounded up a block. I can come up with a crank and some rods now, and we'll get another spare motor together. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. Take care.